Hello, welcome to Hippie Mágica, the channel of self-love, magic, and manifestation. I'm Maria Guerrero, your self-love coach, manifestation coach, tarot reader, and human design reader. So today's video is a subscriber's request. This is for Hello AW. So you asked to give my opinion or talk about the mother wound. And I really like this question. So I'm just going to share my personal experience, my personal healing journey, and what I believe about the mother wound. So the past few years since I left my parents' house in 2019, like I think May, and yes, since then I've been healing the father wound. So I've been healing money, I've been healing like feeling supported, feeling worthy of money, feeling worthy of getting paid doing what I love. So in 2019, 2020, 2021. In 2022 I feel like I've been stable. So it took me like 3 years pretty much by myself, like trial and error, reading, trying, doing a ton of courses, being obsessed with this healing journey of healing this masculine energy, because I never knew I had it until I left my family. I always had everything I wanted. My parents bought me everything. I never needed anything. I always had an abundance of support, of money, of food. I never had to pay rent. So this wound was so strong, and I didn't know I had it, like I said, until I moved out, until I became an entrepreneur, until I didn't have money, I didn't have a support. And it's like, you know, like I always felt like it was just a very, very low frequency time. Even though I was living my dream life, I never been happier. I never lacked anything. I moved to Spain. I had the most amazing time. I had this masculine wound. So so this is a mother wound video. So I'm just connecting it. So this year I started healing the mother wound, because so I left my relationship this summer, and ever since I left it this summer, I started focusing on, you know, just me, like what do I want? And I really am focusing on creating a new family. So like having a group of friends at my base home, and I feel like this is my beautiful base home, this is my beautiful house. So I want to create, you know, a stability, a foundation, a base of friends, of community, of people. And I've always believed at a very early age that women are jealous, are envy, are insecure. They're like snakes, right? And I know I inherited this from my mother, because she would tell me these kinds of things. She would tell me that women are just jealous, you know, women, they want what you want. So I never believed her until I started to attract and, you know, these kind of women. And like my female bosses were so envious, so jealous of me. And they were older, 5, 10 years older at least. Women who were older than me especially were so rude, they were so mean to me my entire life pretty much. So I never really cared about women, and I never really wanted to be friends with women. In my adult age, in my teenage years, in childhood, I had a lot of friends, females and friends. But then, you know, after the age of 18, especially the age of 20, when people are like, have been repressed, it's like, you know, the worst of them comes out, right? So I was thought that I could only get along with men, that men were the best. Yeah, and I just built this identity around, I just only get along with men because men are not dramatic, they're easy to get along with, they don't take things personal, they're funny, they're fun, they're athletic. So it's like I just felt that I had more things in common with men than with women, literally, like since the age of 18 until now. But this year I really wanted to heal, to have female friends. I don't know why, but I just have this desire, because when, at least after the age of 30 or maybe even earlier, like I feel like men, they cannot see women as a friend. Like if a man is single, at least this is what I've attracted, it's like they want to be with you, like sexually or like romantically, or like they like you. So it's been very hard to just be friends with a man and just be friends, you know, like let's just be friends. But like I feel like men always want more. They always want more. So it's like I cannot relate to men anymore. I need women in my life. I need to connect with someone like me, who's not gonna like me romantically, but that we can share, we can have, I don't know, stuff in common, talk about it, you know, kind of love, like sisterhood. But I couldn't do it because I was terrified of women. I hated women. I did not like women. Women are so rude and so nasty to me, you know. So I knew obviously that I had to heal it. It wasn't out there anymore. It was actually within me, you know, like I'm at the level where like if I want something and if it doesn't feel good, it's because there's something wrong in me. There's something that I need to heal within me. So this year I took full responsibility and I started doing Ho'oponopono. I started changing my mentality about women. I started to say positive affirmations about women, and I realized that I'm so negative about women. It's like, she's so annoying, like I don't like women, you know. It's like this mentality. So I started to change it, and I've been doing this since maybe not too long ago, maybe 3 months, for sure 2 months, like full-time, hardcore. And I started to attract, obviously in the beginning, toxic women, jealous, envy, insecure, controlling, and it's like, like even my art teacher, or like I started going to these art classes here where I live, and even the girls who just go to the art class for fun, like they were rude, they were mean. And it's like, it's like I have to do something, right? So I started doing really hardcore Ho'oponopono and taking full responsibility and changing my mental diet and just healing this part of me. And then seriously, within weeks, these women started to be nice to me. These women started to be kind, started to talk to me, started to not ignore me. They started to see me, they started to compliment me in my art. I'm still scared, like, you know, because this is pretty recent. I'm still scared when they reach out, but now there's a connection. Now I can have a conversation. Now I can smile at them. Now they smile at me. Now I feel like their looks are sincere, and it's because I've changed myself. So the mother wound, definitely I believe that if you have problems with women, it's because of your mother. If you live with your mother, if you didn't live with your mother, then whatever feminine figure you had in your life, a caretaker, your grandma, your aunt, your older sister, whoever you spend the most amount of time with, or that had an impact on you, that's going to be reflecting in your future women relationships. That's just how it is. I never realized this until like now, this year, that I wanted to have female friends, and I couldn't do it, and I'm like, what's going on? So I started to like dismantle everything. I started to attract people or other coaches that helped me like mirror and soundboard my thoughts, and it's like, wow, it is my mother. My mother, I mean, because I always admired my mother, I always loved my mother, and I never, you know, when you love someone, you don't see their negativity, you don't see their bad aspects, you don't see it. I just thought she was this beautiful, strong woman, you know? But in reality, now looking back and seeing her as a human being and not as my mother, she was very toxic. She was very negative. She was competitive about other women. She had beliefs, you know, inherited beliefs, generational beliefs. Because I know a lot of Latinas have this, a lot of Hispanic women, especially, I don't know about other races, but especially Latina women, they're so competitive, they're so envy, jealous. I'm not saying all, but for sure the older generation does. And my mom is from that generation. So, you know, like competing for their beauty, competing for attention, for a man, and women stealing from each other, women gossiping, talking bad about each other, very this nasty behavior. So I don't blame my mother because she inherited and she didn't know better. But I know better and I know how to heal it, so I take responsibility and I heal for myself, I heal for her, and I heal for all the women that come into my life. Like really, I cannot believe that these women like showed up really toxic, like let's say a month ago or almost 2 months ago, are now kind, they're nice, I feel comfortable around them. I cannot believe it. And this is the power of taking full responsibility and not blaming others for your pain, not blaming others for how you feel. And I'm still working on it, right? Because I told you I still get sometimes like scared, like I don't want to feel this jealousy from them or from me to them. It's like there's this pain in my body. So it's just like exposing myself, taking responsibility, watching how I think. This is very important, because if you're being negative about women, then you're gonna manifest the negative version of them. So I like to say positive affirmations, like I love all the women in my life, even though at first I don't believe it. I actually believe the opposite. I don't like all the women. I love all the women in my life. I love all the women in my life. And then like the girl that I work with and for in architecture, the same. It's like super jealous, super envy, super toxic energy. But I know she didn't mean to. Like I know it just comes out, and now that I'm healing it, like consciously, like it's also changing with her. So all the women around me is changing, and I'm excited to, in the very near future, just have female friends without competition, without jealousy, without envy. So if I can do it, you can do it. It also helps, of course, that I live alone. I support myself. I don't depend on anyone, and I accelerate my healing process being alone, living in a place that I love, like doing what I love every day. It's like listening to my intuition, not someone else's thoughts. So for sure, environment matters. For me, environment is like 60% of my life. Like I need to be in a good environment. Of course, I've been in a toxic environment and I was able to manifest getting out of it. I was able to manifest miracles, gifts, magic, but it was hard. Like it's like carrying like a 20-kilo bag, walking to the grocery store. It's like, you don't need to do that. Drop it, change to another location. It doesn't take more money, it just takes a different mindset. So if you're living with your mother, let's say, I think it'll be hard looking at her from this perspective. I really believe like taking distance in time away from these people, from your mother, or from the women in your life, creates also healing. So maybe take a mini vacation for a weekend or for a day or two and just try to see your mother from a different perspective, and not from your mother, like from this wounded mother that also has her wounded mother's traumas. So it's just this contagious circle, and just see, just watch all the people around you, the women, like, do they behave like your mother? Do they have the same energy as your mother? And the more that you start to see these patterns, the more these patterns will lose their power over you, because you're not becoming a victim anymore. They're just an observation, and you start to become an empowered being instead of a victim. Like, why is everything happening to me, right? So this is happening in my life because this is what I have inside of me. Okay, this was a very long video, but I hope this was helpful for you. I'm gonna be doing more of these videos because I know if it's helping me, I know it's helping a ton of people, and I know this is a big issue, like the mother wound among women, all women, but I especially feel like, you know, the culture that I came from, the Latin culture, the Hispanic culture, the women are so toxic. And I seriously, I don't have any female friends. I just don't. I mean, I kind of do online, and I started making friends physically here where I live, but it's like, it's totally new for me. Like I said before, the majority of my friends, if they were women, they were like me, you know, they were like, not dramatic, or, I mean, I had very few female friends, okay? I did have few female friends, but I was always just scared that at the end they were gonna be jealous or insecure, so I always ended up maybe like ending the relationship. But I always had, majority of my friends were male. And so this is a new phase of my life, and I'm gonna share the process, I'm gonna share what happens, I'm gonna share everything, and I'm very excited. Seriously, it's like entering a new world for me, like letting women into my life, wanting to be with women, having female friends. It's just so weird. This is so weird for me. I'm very, like, my energy maybe is very masculine, or maybe I've always been like this, I'm sure, but like, it's so easy for me to get along with men. I know how to talk to them. I know how they think. I know how to, you know, like, open up a conversation is so easy. But with women is like I shake out of fear. But now it's getting better, like I said, like just wanting to progress, wanting to get along with women, and doing the mental, the energy, the feeling, the healing is so transformational. And I know women have so much to offer, and I know my life is gonna be even more brighter and colorful and magical and beautiful when I let women into my heart, into my life, without any constrictions. Okay, guys, well, let me know in the comments what other things you guys want to see from me. I'm going to be doing more meditations, of course, and yeah, I'm very excited to share my entire journey with you. And also let me know, like, what results you get from my videos, or what you want to see. And I really like having a conversation with all of you, wherever you are from the world. Let me know. I love connecting with everyone. Okay, well, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.